What's up, guys? This is Josh from We Are Machine. Before we get to this week's batch of Spotlight tracks, I first wanted to let you know about a new exclusive mix that just went live on We Are Machine's SoundCloud. Todd Speakman of Speakman Sound and bassist Joe Downard recently released their 7 Japanese Tales remix EP in late March, and they've put together a 60-minute session of influential tracks for We Are Machine's Afterhours mix series. I highly recommend the mix as it features the likes of Fortet, Flying Lotus, Leon Vinehall, and Jamie XX, to name a few. So you could head over to We Are Machine's SoundCloud at the link in the description and check that out. Also, be sure to stay tuned until the very end of this video, as I will be revealing the artist who will be delivering the next installment to We Are Machine's After Hours mix series. Very exciting. This week, I wanted to challenge myself a little bit by returning to the format I used to use when We Are Machine was a blog prior to becoming the YouTube behemoth that it has become today. On the blog, I used to write about 4 tracks during a given week from various genres that caught my ear, so that's what you're going to get from me starting today. These videos, like this one, will be going live Sunday mornings at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I just thought that what better time is there to grab some coffee, get cozy, and discover some great new music. Does that sound like a plan? Oh, that's tasty. First up, we have a new remix of Power Circle's Garden of Peace track, which was originally released in 1993 on M&G Records. John Digweed was a big supporter of the track and actually used it to open his Journey by DJ Volume 4 mix compilation. Now, a lot of people are going to be adding Yato's remix to their carts and playlists without even listening to it because the Finnish producer has absolutely been on fire lately. By the way, check out his New Era EP out now on Afterlife, where he collaborates with Stefan Joke, if you haven't already done so. But that being said, I believe that Raphael actually did a better job connecting with the spirit of the original version on his rework. Now, the Munich-based producer could have gone in a similar direction as Yato, bringing that booming low end. Mader certainly has the firepower to go in sort of a similar melodic house direction, and he's proven so in the past, such as on his Propaganda EP released in July of last year on Renaissance. I think giving the track a more gentle touch and showing a bit more restraint has really served Mader well on his remix. Stripping things back really helped to breathe new life into those seductive, almost whispered vocals, which are really the track's hallmark. Now, Mader's remix is not the hands in the air moment that Yato's remix clearly is, but I believe Mader's rework is a bit more compelling in that it brings with it this newfound sense of drama thanks to its patient arrangement, which could prove to make it more accessible to a wide variety of DJs. By all means, check out both remixes, but most importantly, check out the chakra mix of Power Circle Garden of Peace and decide for yourself. Next up, we have Solidmind's remix of Nokuduma by Elec Brown out on the Elysion label. Now, this week's field of new organic house releases is a crowded one, to say the least, with new music coming from the likes of Tribes of, Magician on Duty, Kindish, Abracadabra, Tribe Called Katuri, and 7 Villas, to name a few. What sets the Solidmind remix apart is the clarity in its tribal percussive elements, along with the sweeping orchestral strings and woodwinds, which collectively set this mystic mood that these other releases just can't quite touch. These key elements are sort of the touchstones of the organic house genre, and they're just executed beautifully by German producer Solidmind. While we're on the subject of some inspired percussion, I have to include Dmitry Molosh's latest as he returns to Proton Music with his new Winds of Change production. While so many producers use the break to kind of ease off of the percussive elements and really focus on the melodies, I love how Molosh went in the opposite direction on Winds of Change and just filled the break with a lot of compelling drum rolls and hits and fills before easing back into the beats following these blasts of brass. Winds of Change feels like an extension of Molosh's Distant Land production released in February on Kitchen Records, as it also featured some textured percussive elements and swooping melodies. You can check out Winds of Change in action as it opens Dmitry's March 2021 mix on SoundCloud. My fourth and final selection for this week is a track called The Golden Fort from Munich-based artist Innellea, which features on his It's Us EP. Innellea originally began as a duo, but evolved into a solo project in 2019, with Daniel exiting the project, but Michael carrying on to release music on labels including Dynamic and Afterlife, and now the Innellea label. The Golden Fort features some bumpy beats, some enormous buzzing synths, and this delicate little vocal sample that can't help but bring some humanity to the track. The break in particular is so effective as the keys just build and build until they're stripped away, leaving the vocal on its own before hitting back into the beats. Check out The Golden Fort in Innellea's live set for Circle, recorded last month in India, up now on YouTube. So those are my four favorites from this past week. Lots of melodic house this time around. And of course, I've included the Beatport links to all four tracks in the description. What were some of your favorites though? Let me know in the comments. So, as I mentioned in the intro, I'd be announcing the next artist to feature on We Are Machine's After Hours mix series. I'm so excited to share that the Herman Christofferson duo have shared a spellbinding ambient mix, which will be going live on We Are Machine's SoundCloud tomorrow. The mix precedes the release of their second album, Gone Gold, which drops this Friday the 23rd on the Bites label. The mix features some ambient gems from the likes of Trentemöller, Autecker, and Brian Eno, so don't miss it. I'm Josh with We Are Machine, and I'll be back next Sunday with more Spotlight tracks. Cheers.